Three, two, one. Okay, got it. So good evening, everyone. I'm Philip. I'm going to host the meeting of Isadora, and we're going to talk about things related to business. This is a business English meeting, and it works like the immersion. It's not a class. I'm not going to teach you anything. There's no vocabulary. There's no correction. There's no material. There's nothing rather than conversation. We're going to talk a lot. And by talking, you're going to learn grammar, vocabulary, expressions, how to speak, and everything else. Okay? So speaking is the key to speak. So that's basically what we have been doing. And in order to accomplish fluency, there is something that really works and that helps you to thrive through all the language. That is to open your camera. Everybody who opens the camera, it's scientifically proved that you speed up your learning and your fluency process by 100%. And it's true because you expose yourself, you open the camera, and opening the camera, it's part of the fluency. So you can see me. Imagine you're talking to me like this. It's a totally different experience, and I am pretty sure you're not going to like it. So when it comes to conversations with real people, it's really important to open the camera because I feel ashamed. I freak out in front of the camera. We are live on YouTube, so there are a lot of things to develop within this meeting, okay? I'm going to start with the presentations. With those who are with the camera open, I'm going to start with Leandro. Can you help me out? Present yourself, please.
Okay. How are you, Philip? How guys? I'm Leandro. I'm 35. Nowadays, I'm studying computer engineering and data science. I'm in career transition. English is important for me, for my life, and I guess will be better for my job experience. I live in Santo André City, state of São Paulo. My hobbies is watching movies and do some exercise, working out. That's it.
Great.
Okay.
Presentations are really good because we show ourselves to other people. So Rodrigo doesn't know me yet, I guess, or Victoria, Victor. So once we get to know each other, it's better to do business, to find a job, to connect to each other easily, okay? So Rodrigo, can you present yourself, please?
So, hi to everyone. I'm Rodrigo. I'm living in Goiânia, the capital of Goiás state. I work as a commercial manager from an American company, and I'm an agronomy engineer. And I worked for this company like a year, almost a year. And now I really need to improve my English. The guys came from the US. Now they start to come frequently. And now I need to speak. I don't have another way. Now I need to speak.
Yeah, everybody's looking to improve their English, but they are looking wrong because they are just studying the language. They're not speaking. And I have no idea how people want to speak without speaking. It's like, I want to learn how to swim, but I do not like water, you know, something like that. So welcome aboard. Nice to meet you, Rodrigo. Good to have you here. Okay, so practice as much as you can.
Okay.
Tamara, what about you?
So my name is Tamara. Good evening, everyone. I'm living in Arara, São Paulo with my husband, my cat, my dog. I don't have children. I don't have intent. I'm working from home. I'm inside sales and customer success. I'm working accountancy office. In my free times, I like to watch series and movies, and I almost finished How to Get Away with Your Murder. And sometimes I don't put the subtitles to listen to training my listening in English and sometimes in Spanish too. And I think that's it.
Very good. Good to know that. Welcome back again. Victoria, what about you? Who are you? Can you present yourself?
Hi, my name is Victoria. I live in Rio. I am 24 years old and I'm a nurse student. So I really want to learn English because I want to live in US. So if I want to go there, I have to know English.
Yeah, if you want to go anywhere out of Brazil, you're going to need English. I was talking earlier today that English saves lives. You know why? Because if you go to South Korea and you know how to speak English, the chance or the possibility people can understand you in an emergency, English is going to save your life. Not Portuguese, not Spanish, not German, not Italian, English. See? So welcome aboard. Good to meet you. Jeff, my friend, do you agree with me or not?
Yeah, I remember. I have been Shanghai, Guangzhou, what else? Hong Kong, Estonia, all of them speaking English. All of them. If you speak English, it's okay.
Yeah.
You can communicate to the rest of the world. Sure.
Exactly. So present yourself for those who still don't know you, or try something new that I still don't know about you.
I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, Goiás, the best city to live in Brazil because I live here. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás, and it's a pleasure to be with you. I think TNT is a big opportunity for us to open doors for a lot of things, not just to communicate well, but to make friends and to know a lot of subject, because every hour you have something new.
Yes. Every time we have a new topic, a new subject, new ideas coming up, back and forth, right? That's it. Very good. We're going to talk about interviews today related to the corporate environment and everything. Victor, can you present yourself?
Hello, I am Victor. I'm 30 years old. I work as a mechanic, industrial mechanic, and I'm doing engineering course, mechanical engineering course. I hope I can complete my degree in the next year, December. And I really enjoy to use this platform. I really enjoy to study and talk in English. And I like the theme of the session.
Yeah. Very nice, people. So I'm Philip, and it's been quite a few times that I do not handle meetings at this time. I'm handling the meetings at 6 a.m. in the morning, Brazilian time. And I'm bringing a lot of good topics. And this morning, it was a really good topic talking about community. And here we are going to talk about interviews. But here's the thing. I'm going to divide you in two rooms. One is going to be with me, and I'm going to let Rodrigo, Victoria, and Jefferson with me in the main room so we can have a better conversation with less people. And the other room, Tamara, Leandro, and Victor, you are going to talk to each other. But here's the thing. We don't have many questions. So I want Leandro to handle the meeting and try to make everybody to speak and try to bring new questions. Okay? Just to make people feel how is it like a real conversation. Is it okay? Yeah. So Leandro, Tamara, and Victor in the other room. Oops, I did it wrong. So Leandro, Tamara, and Victor in the other room, and Jefferson, Rodrigo, and Victoria with me. Okay, just a random choice. So by the end of the meeting, I bring the other room back so we can wrap up and try to bring insights about this topic. Okay, so interview, it can be anything, especially related to the corporate environment, about business, about companies. Okay, so let's go. See ya, Tamara, Leandro, and Victor, and Rodrigo, Jeff, and Victoria. We're gonna talk about this. And I'm gonna bring totally different questions. I'm not going to follow, maybe if I need support, I'm gonna follow these questions. But the first thing, what is an interview about? Why do we need interviews in order to hire someone into a business, into a company, into something? Why do we need interviews? Is it important to have interviews or not? Jeff, wanna start?
Okay, my friend, ease on me. No
Yeah.
problem, no worries. I think it's very, very important because you must know everything about the guy you're gonna interview. You know the abilities, the skills, the tools that the guys can handle with, the experience in practice, the experience as a student, if he did undergraduate, master, or PhD, or MBA, something like this. I think it's very important. If how the guy tackle with the other or the others guys, how if he love to work in group. So I think interview, it's very important. You know everything about the other side. So to have a good job or something like this.
Very nice. Good answer. Victoria, what do you think? Do you agree with Jeff? Do you disagree? Do you have a different opinion?
I agree, but I've never been in an interview before, so I don't have an experience to talk about it.
But what do you think about interviews? Why do they exist? Why is it necessary or is not necessary?
It's necessary because if I'm hiring a person, I need to know about how they work. Like, I make money, so the people who are hiring has to make money too. So yeah, I think it's important.
Very nice. And Rodrigo, do you have a different opinion? Bring maybe some of your experience, not just about being hired or hiring, but in general. What do you think about this?
I think the interview it's the first step. It's really important, but you can't hire for sure the right person just with an interview. Sometimes you make some mistakes. You have some guys that are good guys for interview, but they can't hide some personalities. I don't know if it's the right word.
Yeah, personality traits.
Personality traits. Oh, so, but interview, it's a fundamental, okay? But I think it's not enough. You need to talk with another opinion from someone to know these guys before, or something like that.
So I'm gonna ask you back something else. If it's not an interview, or if it's not enough, what else can we do to kind of support or to replace?
We can make some, I don't know how do I say this in English, but simulation, like a theater. Now you can put this guy in front of some problem and see how he can do it, how he can
to simulate,
fix it. Something
to
like that.
To rehearse like the real environment, like
And
we do
then
here with the immersions, to exercise like the real life experience.
Yes. And you can make some research about this guy with in the area, some another people from the area. I think it's interview. It's just one part of hiring. Eh? It's the part of the process.
Very nice, Jeff and Victoria. Thinking about what Rodrigo said, what he mentioned, that interviews, they are not enough. I'm not mentioning that I agree or disagree. I'm just putting things out for the discussion. If it's not enough, what should we do instead? Like, I know, Victoria, it's gonna be hard to talk about this, but that's a good exercise though, because you're gonna face a lot of interviews throughout your life. So I'm gonna ask first, Jeff, what instead of interviews? What do you think?
Victoria, will you kick the ball?
You, Jeff. You first.
It's my turn now. It's okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I think it's very important to see the resume or the curriculum vitae before an interview. In my case, as a professor, I spend a lot of times interview guys to be a professor. And the first thing, you must see the resume or the curriculum vitae about the guy. I think it's very important because you can see everything about the guy, everything, as I said, experience, etc. I think it's very important. What else? I think in some case, I love to ask, for example, Felipe, do you live in São Paulo? It's okay. Do you know the company, some company? What your experience, or do you know somebody from them, how these companies work, something in the area you intend to work? For me, it's very important. I used to say this all the time when I interview some guys. For example, he comes from Rio de Janeiro to teach here in Goiânia. I used to ask, do you know Felipe, the best professor of the university from Rio de Janeiro, or Rodrigo or Victoria? What do you think about this, about that? Do you have some relation with them? I think it's very important, not only what's right in the paper and resume, but I know this is symbol capital. Something you can put in a resume, but you have a lot of relations with a lot of guys. So this can be very important for your interview.
Very good one. I'm just thinking about a lot of other few questions about what you said, but I'm gonna hear Victoria first. Victoria, what do you think if we couldn't have like interviews to be hired or to hire? What do you think it would be a good solution to, for example, if you're applying for a job and there's no interview, what do you think is the best option so people can know you better or see if your skills are okay for the position?
Like if there isn't interview,
Yeah.
okay, so they can know about the people like doing tests, like I don't know how to say it, but concurso.
Yeah, like a contest.
Contest, yeah, it's a good one because you can see about how did the person know about the job. So you're not hiring a bad person. Maybe the curriculum, but I don't know. I can't imagine other way without interview or doing tests.
Very good. I like to ask this kind of questions because when it comes to English speaking or English communication, it's not about the grammar, it's not about vocabulary, but it's all about how you create the sequence of ideas you have. You know, that's the most important thing, in my opinion. And this is all about interviews. A good interview makes you storytell yourself in a way that it's going to be clear who you are, your skills, your experience, and everything. But yeah, not easy to do that. Not easy. And Rodrigo, have you ever been in an online interview before? You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, a couple times I did that online interview. Yeah,
and in person as well.
As well, and in person as well.
What's the difference for you? Like, what's the difference between them?
I think in person you feel more free, and then you can explain a little the situations better. Well, in these days, all the interviews I think start in the first online interview. Almost the interviews start with one online, and then go to the second one in person. I used to like a manager. I used to hiring it. I start with an online interview, and then I make one appointment to shake his hand and to look in his eyes and talk more comfortable. Huh?
What do you prefer, online or in person?
I prefer in person. You can find some, you can identify some knowledge better and committed. You like if this guy is serious to do this,
it's committed to do the job.
Committed to do the job, because I think this is the most hard point to identify.
Yeah, very good. So I'm going to ask another question to Jeff. Do you think commitment comes from the person, or comes from the inside, or comes from the outside? And I'm going a little bit out of the interviews question, but yeah, it's related.
Yeah, I think it's inside. It's inside. I think it's very important because in an interview, you know if the guy is good at something or not good. He'll propose to some results about, or to solve problem. I love this kind of thing. I use this strategy. You can In my case, I can put a problem to the guys. Here is a lot of figures, a lot of numbers about Brazilian situation or about a company. And I ask something, how can you solve this and that? What is the best way to solve this problem? What do you think about this, about that? So you can see the commitment. The guy is committed or not committed with this subject, with the problem. Because I think it's very important in our life. You must have a lot of problems. Thousands of problems. And so nice. The more problems you have, better, because you have a lot of things to do to solve. If you have no problem, I don't like this. And the problem is a way you put the problem to the guys and to test the commitment or that guy. He will enlarge, embrace the cause and to bring solution for that problem.
Very nice. And Victoria, what makes you like you said you haven't been have you worked in a company yet or not yet? No. What do you think makes you feel excited for a job or to feel committed about something?
Sorry, but what is committed?
Committed, it's when you have something to do, like a challenge, a task, a goal, or you have a dream, and then when you really want to do that and you make everything out of your possibilities to make that happen. So you get all the resources, you ask anybody, you search. So you do everything you can in order to make that happen. So it means that you are fully committed to make that happen. So it's like commit. It comes from commitment or committed. Yeah.
Can you repeat?
Oh, the question is, what makes you commit, or what makes you engage in a job or engage on a task? Yeah, synonym, better. Sorry. I was trying to find something.
Sorry. I don't know really how, but the person, like, if I could do something to make the people better, like if I can transfer, I can do something that is making the person healthy, or I don't know, see what I can do good for the other person.
But what about yourself? What makes you engage into something? Hard question.
Yeah. Myself made me, like, I don't know.
Like I want to live abroad, right?
Yeah.
And what makes you, like, are you committed? Are you engaged to this? Like to go abroad?
Yeah. But I have a son and I live in Rio. It's awful.
Very good.
If I look there, probably there is an assault or something else happening. So I don't want my son growing up here. I need a better place, a better life, better education. So, yeah.
Very nice. Rodrigo and Jeff, do you think in an interview is it possible to understand the person's dreams or what makes the person engage to the position they are going to work with, or is not possible to find it in an interview? Rodrigo first, or
It,
Jeff? Jeff?
it depends. I think it depends the possibility of the questions. A good interviewer is the guy that has very good questions, and you have a lot of interesting things about an interview. You can. I think it's possible, because you can ask so many things about the life. And in my case, it's not just about the job, but about, do you like music? What do you think about this? Do you like about theater, literature, philosophy, politician, and etc., etc. And you can make different kinds of questions, so you can open a lot to know if the guy has profound knowledge about our reality. I think this is very important. I think it's a good strategy, and I use this a lot. Because sometimes Felipe can be very good at TNT, but he's not good in relations. The relationship terrible, so you can have some questions to test this.
And Rodrigo, what do you think about?
Can you repeat the question, please, Philip?
Do you think it's possible to understand what the person is looking for, their dreams or their wills? Is it possible to understand in an interview?
I think it's possible, but not. You can make sure if you find the really opinion or the really points of this guy. But I think it's possible. You can, like Jefferson says, you can make a lot of questions, different questions, and face into the difficult problems, something like that. But it's hard to find the emotional situation. Sometimes you don't know what this guy is passed through in the last year or last week, or so we have a different. It's hard to a psychology. I don't know how
psychology
to read this guy. So for us, for me especially, it's not easy to find if this guy really going to engage in some point, you know. But you have a lot of pistas. You can find a lot of tips on an interview. This is for sure.
Nice. And you know, every time I come to TNT as a host, I get to know everybody better because I'm just asking questions. And I have been doing this lately now, especially because I'm hosting the 6 a.m. Meetings. And I have tried my best to do something different. And one of the things I'm doing different, it's not to follow the questions I prepare and try to bring questions like, and TNT has started like that with no preparation of questions, no like such a thing. We just had like a topic, not even a topic in the first 10 meetings, we didn't have a topic. We used to decide the topic at the moment, and it was even harder. And usually it went to, you know, the basic conversations like English learning, work. That's what happens on most conversations you're gonna have out there. And Tandem, Discord platform, or I don't know, even Cambly, Open English, teachers, they are gonna talk about this, or they are gonna talk about grammar. Anyway, do people remember any good experience you had in an interview or in a situation close to an interview? I know, Victoria, you haven't yet, but picture or imagine, how would you love to be interviewed? What do you think would be a good interview for you, a good environment?
In a good interview, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of interviews of my stepfather, like he did the interview with another person. So I'm looking, and because I don't know what is a good interview. Like I'm just listening what him said. Like you don't have to ask anything. You just answer what they asking you, and be careful. Don't be 100% like here. You don't see the real you. You just show what they want to see. So I don't know. It's strange. I don't feel comfortable, like people judging me, or I don't know.
Interesting.
No, yeah, it's not really uncomfortable. So yeah, I don't think it's a good thing, but it's important. So I don't know what is a good interview. Like I think being someone who I'm not is really strange. So I don't know if I like it.
Good one. Rodrigo, go ahead.
Victoria, be yourself. It's a good advice. I think it's the better advice is be yourself.
No, I can't be.
That's the guy look for you. If you be yourself, you will step away. One step ahead or the other.
Crazy. And I'm a nurse, so it doesn't match. I can't be myself.
Yeah, there are a couple of things about being yourself or not being yourself, and it's all about selling an idea. It's all about strategy in an interview. It doesn't mean that you don't need to be yourself or be yourself, but of course, I'm within Rodrigo's idea of being yourself, but I understand that there are situations and some circumstances, and they are the most part of it for Brazilians, that you can't be yourself, and sometimes you don't even know how to be yourself, right? Who are
okay, I agree.
Who are you?
Okay.
Who are you? Like deeply you. Who is this person? It's really hard.
But in an interview, during the conversation, sometimes I think you need be yourself. I think it's in one part. You need to open your heart, something like that.
My question: what is to be yourself?
And never lie. Never lie.
Never lie.
Never lie.
What's your strengths and your weaknesses? This is the classic question. So I'm perfect and this is so bad.
Do you know Excel? Advanced Excel? Yes. Do you know business intelligence? Yes, I'm the better.
English, yes.
Come on, yes.
Yeah. So Rodrigo, that's a good question. What is to be yourself in an interview? What does it mean?
Oh, it is a hard question.
Yeah, I know.
But I need to think, even in Portuguese, to say the answer. But I think it's like a open your, like say if you really need this job, you need to say your situation. It's putting back to the interview. you need to say your moments. You need to never lie. This is and
not even a small lie, like just to help you out to get a job because you are like starving. You have 2 kids. Your wife doesn't have a job. What do you think about this situation? Do you think like lying just a little bit just to get the job is gonna help you?
I think you can find the ways to just not saying these things, but lying it's not it's not good in the conversation. I think you can make the high energy in the symptom if you go in some way to lie, even if a little lie, it's not good in the interview because when the guy have the experience, he can find these small lies.
Very good one. What do you think, Jeff, about Rodrigo's answer? I'm just here to put fire or to put gasoline on fire, you know?
Okay, you kick the bucket, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No problem. But I remember the interview for my PhD in UNB. I remember my doctorate because I study a lot. I study everything about the guys. I study a lot about the course. I study a lot about the UNB. I study a lot about Brazil and etc. etc. I think it's a good strategy. You must know where your application for something. And I remember I was there. I finished my application and then the interview. Jefferson, do you speak English? I said, no, just a little bit. And he asked me some questions in English, and I answered. Why? But do you speak English? No, I don't speak English. That's very curious. And one, I never forget one guy from Argentina, and it's a professor from Argentina, De La Rua, asked me, do you speak Spanish? No, I don't speak Spanish. And I asked a lot of questions in Spanish. And the guy, come on, you are lying for us. No, I just said, but I am not good at, but I can talk some language, no problem about this. So sometimes it's not so easy. As you said, Philip, sometimes you have something very strong, but you can put on words, put on table to open about this, because sometimes you were afraid in the interview. But just to finish, you never must to lie. I have many cases with my students. In this example, do you are good at Excel, advanced Excel? Yes. Okay, come on. Yeah, I have a problem. You need to solve a problem for me. Oh, professor, I have no time now because my mother is asking something. I have to do this, do that. And it's okay. So I think it's not so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, there are a lot of things to talk about this, exactly about telling the truth or not telling the truth, and there are a lot of scenarios that we can create about this. Yeah, I'm gonna bring people back just so we can wrap up this and we can ask a few questions to them as well. Do you think the companies, especially Jeff, I'm curious about this. Do you think companies, they are hiring well? They are doing a good job on hiring?
No. I think no.
And why not?
Because the questions, I see a lot of interview, not with good questions. You can see the profound way, what the guy think about a lot of things. It's something just to think in how to say, you can't think out of the box in this case. And I see, if you see the method, the questions of interview, I spent many times with this, all the questions seems all the same. The same way, the only method, I think is not good. I think they must improve a lot about this.
Nice. So we have our friends back, and Leandro, how was it to lead the conversation?
It's very hard. I did prepare me to participate in this conversation. I asked for Tamara, will you like to participation? Go ahead. And inside in freestyle.
Yeah.
And meaning manage the room is difficult with like first time. I guess yes, was good.
It's like an interview.
Like interview, but I don't prepared. Yes, but that's good. Was good.
Great. Victor, have you ever attended an interview, and do you have good memories about it?
Oh, I have good and bad memories about it. And I never attended this like manager interview. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm following.
I don't know the word attended.
Attending. Oh, people are putting me in hard. I'm really terrible on explaining, the meaning. Attending, it's like when you attend, like you booked this meeting, right? And then you're here,
Oh,
so you attended this meeting.
oh, okay. Uh, I I attended to interviews and I have good and bad experiences. I told to my colleagues that I had like a fight with a manager in an interview, but that everything was good, and I think it's this.
Nice, very good. So we're just running out of time. I just have like the link for our survey, and just to let everybody know, we are going like next week. We're still having all of those meetings that we have today, but we are going to step back a little because of the end of the year, and December people do not attend as much as we wanted, so we're going to have less meetings to participate or to discuss, but we are looking every week to have it like in a balanced way. Okay, so for the next year we are going to have a few things different, especially like we are developing a new brand, like same name but a new logo and things like that, just to make ourselves more clear about what we are and what we do. We are not an English school. We are not a language institute. We're just a platform, a community to make people speak. And that's the reason why we have been doing this without correction, without a lot of things, because we believe that people can make themselves clear without knowing all the rules, but they can learn the rules within the process. So it's like the opposite way. Instead of studying first, you kind of start speaking or start exposing yourself, and then the need of the exposure It's gonna ask you, hey, you need to improve that. You need more grammar, you need more vocabulary, and then you're going for it because it's going to create the desire. I hope that's going to create the desire. You know, sometimes it doesn't, but then it's not my problem. I'm trying my best, you know. But we have our courses. We are bringing more content, more teachers, material, and everything. Just in English, we have more than 700 PDFs, so you can download to study. And we are always looking for more to listen to the community. And yeah, that's pretty much. I guess Victor and Victoria and Mars and Rodrigo, it was the first time that I met you. So welcome aboard. I didn't ask if it was the first time here, but if it was, I hope you can enjoy. We have the members area, and you can check our WhatsApp group. If you have a pro plan, you can also check the material. You can check our roadmap of courses, and you can have access to everything you want and everything truly that you need. You don't need anything else to learn a language. If you're trying to, oh, I need more, it's just because you're postponing what it needs to be done in order to learn. Okay. Jeff, you wanna, oh, you're muted? No, okay.
Yeah, I just, something, this is not a class, it's immersion.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the big problem, the guys don't know what's immersion. Because Felipe, yes, I'm professor of English, I'm professor of Spanish. That's the point. I think we must to change the way the facilitators, facilitador in Portuguese, the hoster, must to present yourselves. I think it's not I think must to change a lot about this. It's really because if Philip is a teacher, you will ask something, but just to add something, just to finish, I think it's very important to help the other guys. Sometimes we are talking about some subject and a word in Portuguese, how can I say this?
Yeah.
I think it's very important to help.
Yeah, and
no problem to help.
Because it's like real life. You help other people when they try. It's not because you're a teacher or not. It's because like you're a human being, and like people, they help each other, and it's okay to help, right?
Yeah.
But people, and that's a thin line about, you know, oh, I'm teaching, I'm not, because people think, oh, when I'm helping with vocabulary or something, I'm teaching, but it's not. Teaching, it's something totally different. I have not taught anything in here throughout this 1 hour of conversation.
But sometimes the host
needs to support.
Support. Maybe free. Can ask something.
Sentence, an expression. Or can just browse and search and try to learn together.
I think Felipe must be, in your case, you must be our tecla SAP in Portuguese, in English.
Yeah, next year we are gonna develop a new program that is leadership development program for hosts. It's gonna take like 12 sessions, 12 hours, focus on three things: creativity, communication, and the leadership, to really help our hosts to be better hosts, to be better leaders. Because being a leader, it means to support, to help, to have clear communication, to do exactly what we have been doing throughout the years. So yeah, we are working on that. There's a huge thing, and this is all about community. So the hosts, they are not teachers. They are just like regular people, regular students, ordinary people that are just looking for more to improve, to enhance their language and their communication. Okay, I speak too much. Sorry about that. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. I'm going to be there every day. I'm there, waking up really early in the morning. And Rodrigo, Victoria, Jefferson, Leandro, Tamara, and Victor Rigotti, thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed as much as I did. And have a great day, great week, and take care of yourselves. And see ya.
See ya. Take care.
Thank you.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.